Welcome, one and all. Yeah, I love them knives. Coming barking at you again. HX Outdoors. Interesting company. Years ago, I did videos on some of their knives, fixed blades, as well as folders. And one of their folders was a bit kind of like this, okay? It had a look at it of it like it was like a Reich knife Thor series integral. Now, this is not integral, and these are very inexpensive knives. But it had kind of that look. And you know what? I'm going to put links to my old videos. You can see back like 7 years ago or whatever when it seems like forever, 7 years ago or so when I was doing HX outdoor knives. But I was buying them on some odd, Chinese site somewhere and having them, they'd ship them over here after 3 or 4 weeks of rolling around, it seemed like. But also on AliExpress, which I still buy stuff on AliExpress, right? But then these are now Amazon's come into the picture, and a lot of these, makers that make, maybe a little bit off the main mark type knives, like HX Outdoors, not a main kind of brand that you would think of necessarily, but they're on, Amazon, right? And or they have their own website. And also, by the way, HX Outdoors, right? So they have knives and they show them here and there, on their Instagram. So follow our official account. So this is HX Outdoors knife, whatever, Outdoors. That's their official. And they have a Facebook group and all that, followed by some people I know, right? And, is that birdshot up there? There you go. And another picture. And they're doing multi-tools, and then they're doing these fixed blade knives, and some of them look a little bit mall ninja, and some of them actually look usable, right? And it's just interesting. And then there's their slingshot thing. So I saw them at the SHOT Show. And I went to their table because it was kind of old times, and I just thought, I want to check them out. So here it is. This is the 15T, I believe. Yeah, TD-15T. And this is a liner lock. And obviously it's not bearings on here. It's washers. And there it is. But it has that, I think this has a bit of the look of the Reich Thor series knife, one of them. And then this one, it's weird because I got this one at SHOT Show, right? I mean, he just handed it to me because I did a video there and he appreciated that and this and that. So he gave me that. But it's weird because before I went to SHOT Show, and I never planned to go to his booth necessarily either, but I ordered this off Amazon because of the look of this design. See? It looks the same. Now, what I didn't realize when I ordered this, because I don't think it said it, is this. I was going to flip it open. I go, it don't flip open. Yeah, because it's a slip joint. And this is a non-locking knife. This is the TD-14T. TD-14T, not the 15. Okay, other than the fact that it's a slip joint, what's the difference? I don't see one. All right, pocket clip. Not my favorite look for a pocket clip either, actually. Now, let me show you. Is this the one I got? I think this is the 14T. No, this is the 15T. So this is the one like this. All right, a rockin' $33. Right, an HX out there. I don't know, whatever. And here's their description, blah, blah, blah. And they go, crafted with D2 steel for a 56 HRC hardness. Now, I think I'm due to at least check that hardness level out, because why would you say that? I'm going to get back to him on that and say, are you sure you can't hit a 60 on that or something, I don't know if I'd advertise it if I was hitting 56. I wouldn't. But it's odd because, I was giving them some other feedback. And you know what? I'm gonna give them feedback. I may get a few more knives to check out and then give them my feedback on stuff I do like and stuff I don't. I remember these. They made these little mini ones. These look like the little Reich Hummingbird. And they made these to look just like the Reich Hummingbird. And they're titanium, etc., etc. $75. For that, you can damn near buy the Reich Hummingbird. So that's, kind of a little pricey. Now, these are in the $100 range. And these are S35VN. Now, this is more the look of the Reich. This has got 2 holes. This has got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, 3 partial. And this is more the look of whatever that Reich Thor series that I was trying to remember. But other than that, very similar. And so I guess that was the attraction I found. And these are on Amazon, right? Etc., etc. Okay? And again, now this is the one I bought on Amazon. This is that slip joint. And it was $29.99. That's why I bought it, because I thought, wow, it's actually D2 and it's titanium. $29 just seems really inexpensive. So I don't know. But here it is, and it fits my hand fine. And you know what? I'm gonna have it tested. If it's really 56, I'm definitely going to make a recommendation that they shoot for 60, 61, whatever. But I don't know that that's true until I test it. I don't believe a damn thing until I get it tested. But it'll be interesting. Now, I don't know. Let me see if we got cutting paper over here. Okay. So we do have a pretty nice edge on there, at least, so for what that's worth. And this as well. Wow. Whew. That's pretty damn effortless, actually. I was thinking maybe they wouldn't be that sharp. They proved to be pretty sharp. Now, this slip joint, you might like this because it's a cool look. It's $29. What are they saying here? Yeah, it says titanium alloy. Not easy to one-hand it, even though it's a slip joint. I mean, it does have this cutaway on it, but nah, that's not working. Let me try this one. And this is not drop shutty because I don't think, and maybe I'll go ahead and take this one apart just for the hell of it to see what's going on. But I think it's washers. And this one got a work over at the show, so I'm going to take a closer look at it when I do a little disassembly on it, because you know what? We'll see if I can even disassemble it. Are we? Maybe. Am I turning both sides? I think I might be, so I might have to get a number 8 on the other side of it. But we'll see. They're not real big, and since they're the same size, there's no point in measuring both of them. Let me grab my tape here. But I mean, now you can buy a lot of these on Amazon, so if you want to, just be aware of them if you want. 3.2 and 7 1/4 overall at about 18.5 centimeters. And what do we got? About 82, 83 millimeter blade length. All right, now, let's figure out the thickness. 11.3 at 0.44, so very slender. And 0.1, which is 2.5 millimeter blade stock. Okay, 2.7, something like that at 0.10. Blade stock. They're sharp. This is not super fidgety. And I think it might be after a while. I mean, it's dropping better now. And of course, I rolled that pivot around and around a few times, so I don't know what I did. But I'm going to go ahead and disassemble this one. You know, the ergos are fine, and but I would say the fit and the finish is not something that's obvious here. I mean, I don't feel any gotchas or any direct whatever, but I'm thinking, I mean, just you get the impression that it could use a step up. Now, you know, for $33, I think that's what the 15T was, and the other one was 29 or whatever. You know, I'd say, you know, I don't know that you're going to be able to afford to do much more in terms of, you know, just fanciful work on these and stay in that range. So maybe, you know, you'd have to be prepared for, you know, raising the price if you were going to do more to it. And they come in these little plastic boxes. There's nothing in here, but that's it. Just like that. Interesting. Okay, and then this other one, that came from the show. This came from Amazon. There's what it says. It's the 14T. Here. Same kind of box. Plastic, and then they have a scan code thing. And that, okay? But other than that, nothing. But I wouldn't expect much because there's not much on here. I mean, this needs to go on the Facebook group of I wonder if they still got that Facebook group. It was kind of like, show us the least expensive knives you can. It was just kind of a playful type group, like let's see your bangers, you know, whatever, you know. And this would be good. I mean, 29 and 33, where are you going to play in that, man? I mean, can you even get a Ganzo knife in there now? So, let's do this. Let's slide this back and take this out and then see if we can mess around. You know what? I'm going to see if I've got a number 8 on this that I can back up. Yeah, I can. Okay. So if I can do this, and I don't know which... Oh, this is the wrong one. Need to get my number 8. And if I can get... Okay, let's do you and you. And if we can just break you apart, and I don't know which one's going to give. I think I know now. Something's going to give. So let's do that. I think they got some thread stuff on there, and it wasn't this. So can we push it back through from here? And this is where we're doing it. And they got some juice on there, I think. Oh, baby. Yeah, the white stuff, too. So, okay. Now, if we can just, hopefully, and do we have... It looks like, you know, why was that pivot turning? But it looks like you got a flat spot for a captured pivot, but it was turning. Or it was for me. Let's see if I can get the rest of this thing shook apart. And I don't think, well, let me see. This, obviously. Now, these are not giving me fits. It was that pivot that really did not want to let go. And then we could, okay, so this just goes into here. All right. Okay, so there's that screw that can come out as well. And there we go with this side here. And then, of course, we have a steel liner, which I'm sure is the case, yes. But is this steel? Let me see. Oh, God, I'm picking it up. Okay. No. That's aluminum. What I was picking up was the steel pocket clip. Okay, yeah, freaked me out there in a little bit. Okay, this, this, and no inner screws to this liner, so we can pop that off. And here we go. And it's a ceramic detent ball. Kind of surprising there. I wouldn't think they would even bother to do that. But let me see what we got here. We got ceramic. No, these are not ceramic bearings. Doesn't surprise me, and I can show you some other knives with no ceramic bearings that are a lot more expensive. But okay, yeah, I mean this pivot, I don't know if I get it. Let me pop this off and take a look here. So do you see a flat area? Okay, so let's look at the liner over here. No. Let's look at this over here. No. So what's the point? I mean, what's the point? I don't get it. This is not going to be a captured pivot, but you've used a captured type pivot tube to do nothing with, apparently. So yeah, I'd say go ahead and either, square this one of these little faces off, or this, or something, so that it's captured. All right. But by the way, that is your disassembly, which is not very difficult. And let me see if that backspacer. Nah, the backspacer's not titanium. This is not. Okay, so the backspacer, yeah, is steel, probably. Well, I'd say most likely. All right, okay. One thing, looking at here, it seems, I think this is where you catch where your fit and finish, on higher end knives gets more attention. And I think if you're looking in here, you can feel across here, this is a little rough around this edge here. Surrounding that, it's not done with a great deal of care. Yeah, this and this are okay. But yeah, it feels a little rugged around there. This feels kind of catchy around there too. It's just like not really having the time to break the corners necessarily. This looks like pretty raw milled. And yeah, this is, things that look like they need to be deburred or filed or whatever all the way around in here too. So, there's just a lot of little cleanup area that needs to be done. And they've left that on the inside and not on the outside. So it's not obvious, but it's just one of those things you'll catch when, when you're shooting for the bottom at $33. You know what I'm saying? And then you've got little stuff. I kind of augured it out, but a lot of knives are pretty damn clean anymore when you take them apart. And this has still got stuff, not as cleaned up and as ready to go as I would like. This as well. So yeah. See what I'm saying? Yeah, not as clean as a lot of knives that, well, they'd probably be double the price, something in the $60 range. But okay, just to say. See how this stop, blade stop thing? Well, blade stop is fine, but look at how this is machined. And it's got a lip on it going around there. That's, that kind of thing. Just not the kind of attention to detail that I think they need if they want to appeal to enthusiasts. And so, finally, in this disassembly situation, yeah, I was saying, I don't think there's bearings in there. Yeah, there's bearings in there but you're not getting that drop shut action. Let's see if I can adjust it and change that. Or is it hanging up because it's just not that cleaned up on the inside, you know, as it should be. So, okay, back with the T15. I tried to throw the blade off the table, and I caught it with my knuckles. So, just a little bleeder, but it won't give up. Okay. But you know what? It just never came right back together. See the gap in here? And between the lock bar and the outer scale, it seemed like there was some residue in there. I tried to scrape that. I mean, because you can't have junk in there and have these fit together the way they should. But, I mean, this screw goes in here, and that just takes the gaps out. And this comes in here, and that takes the gaps out. But I don't know. It is still the fit and finish issues. That's the problem. Now, it do drop shutty, as long as I drop shutty it somewhere other than on my knuckle. Now, the other thing on this, you know, you can look at little gaps too, and there's a gap there, and so I think they need some additional detail, attention to detail on these particular, the 14 and the 15, and then maybe that bleeds over into, I ain't got time to bleed, over into this. So we'll see. But I mean, too bad. I mean, I like the design. I like the concept. I like the prices. But I mean, you got to have, and this is better, but this is a slip joint. And this one, I'll look at the beginning of the video. I guess these gaps weren't there, but when I put it back together, either these screws are not catching and pulling things together, or there was debris that came loose or didn't go back together the right way. I don't know, but I don't have that much trouble with putting knives together, so it shouldn't be that difficult. Take care. I'll let you go. HX Outdoors. Try their fixed blades, and I'll get back to them on these folders and give them my input. And you know, and they've got all kinds of multi-tools and fixed blades and stuff. You may be interested in looking at some of that, and I will have a list of the previous reviews I've done down below. Check it out. I'm looking forward to them, you know, maybe getting with them on the S35VN, the titanium one, see how they are at that $100 range. Maybe that's a whole different bag of goodies. So we'll see. You guys, stay sharp.